We all know Anakin and Padme got married right at the outset of the Clone Wars, but most of the galaxy did not. The final season of the Clone Wars series suggested that some people knew more than they let on, so today I thought it would be fun to go through the people who definitely and likely knew about the secret marriage. Let's start with the three witnesses to the wedding, R2-D2, C-3PO, and the Holy Man who performed the ceremony. As of right now, that's how he is known in canon, but in Star Wars Legends, he was Maxeron Agalerga. He was a pontifex of the Brotherhood of Cognizance, a small religion on Naboo. We can also say with 100% certainty that Palpatine knew the two were wed, since he knows exactly what buttons to push to turn Anakin to the dark side in Revenge of the Sith, going so far as to call Padme his wife. Jumping back to Star Wars Legends, it was Panaka who informed Palpatine of the wedding, having learned about it on Naboo. I don't know that he informed the Chancellor at all in canon, and I don't think Palpatine needed anyone to tell him, but it wouldn't surprise me if Panaka confirmed the rumors. The two seem to be close, and in the book Leia, Princess of Alderaan, Panaka meets Leia, and it's heavily implied he figures out who her true mother was. He is killed before he can act on that information, but I do think it's safe to assume he found out the truth. Speaking of Leia, Bail and Breha Organa also knew. The book Bloodline shows a message they left for Leia explaining the truth to her, which she never uncovered until much later in life, well after Luke dropped those bombshells on Endor. It's unclear if they told any of their other close allies like Mon Mothma, but I expect they did not. If Bail and Breha knew, did Owen and Beru? It's hard to say, but I'm gonna guess they didn't know the full story for sure. I doubt anyone told them, but I think they could have figured it out. The comics seem to suggest that Owen doesn't know the full truth of what happened to Anakin. He seems to think he is actually dead, and not in a from a certain point of view kind of way, but literally dead. The line about Luke having too much of his father in him scaring Owen doesn't necessarily mean they know about Vader. I see it more as a fear that Luke's cravings for adventure will get him killed. But of course, they know who Luke's father was, and it's not like it would be difficult to assume the girl he brought home 3 years earlier would be the mother. But let's move on to the Clone Wars series. There are plenty of hints that Ahsoka knows the true nature of her master's relationship with Padme, but a Forces of Destiny short actually spells things out a little more clearly. Ahsoka witnesses Anakin save and embrace Padme in a moment of danger, and very heavily implies that she knows exactly what's happening between them, but is happy to keep it a secret. And finally, in the 7th season of the Clone Wars, one scene alone reveals that both Rex and Obi-Wan are not blind fools. Rex is straight up complicit in helping Anakin hide his relationship with Padme, guarding the door while they have a secret chat through hologram. He stops Obi-Wan from witnessing the conversation itself, but Obi-Wan asks Anakin if he at least said hello to Padme for him. This isn't a huge shock, since Obi-Wan pretty easily guesses that Anakin is the father of Padme's children in Revenge of the Sith, but it was still surprising to see him acknowledge it out loud. The real bummer of it all is that Anakin had 3 close friends and an entire Jedi Order he could have turned to for help if he wasn't so afraid. He was afraid of losing Padme and of being kicked out of the Jedi Order, of losing his wife but also his position of power. That fear, of course, led him to Palpatine and the dark side, which in turn only increased his desire for power. But those are all the people that I believe knew, or at least knew enough about Padme and Anakin's marriage by the end of the Clone Wars. Did I leave anyone off the list? Let me know in the comments. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and consider checking out our Patreon page. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.